I'm quitting my job. You'll take care of us while I figure things out, my sister texted. I answered, that's not on me, and signed. A contract for a job abroad starting Monday. 10 minutes later, Mom wrote. It came on a Wednesday night. A group text from my mother, Sharon. The message was cold. We've all discussed it. You've been too selfish about helping Ryan. So we've agreed. You won't be coming on the family Christmas cabin trip this year. Don't contact us until you've signed the $250,000 guarantee. I stared at the screen numb. And then seconds later, a small heart icon popped up next to her message. My brother Ryan. He'd loved it. Drop a comment and let me know where you're listening from and what time it is for you right now. I'd love to know who's part of our community. I didn't cry. I didn't throw the phone. I didn't even text back. Why? I just put the phone face down on my desk. The anger wasn't loud this time. It was clinical. It felt like clarity. My laptop was already open. In my inbox, an email I'd been staring at for weeks. Offer of relocation senior auditor Singapore office. I scrolled to the bottom and clicked the accept button. My hands were steady. That was done. Next, I opened a new blank Excel spreadsheet. I'd been an auditor for my firm for 7 years. It was time to audit my own life. I saved the file. Encrypted. Family, exit, audit, XLSX. Column A, column B. Item, amount. Row 1. Family internet and streaming bundle. $320 a month. My card. Row 2, Ryan's car insurance. $180 a month. My policy. I kept typing. The numbers just flowed. This wasn't revenge. This was accounting. You see this file? It should have existed for years. I was Maya. I'm 29. The responsible one. The utility child. The one who gets things done. In my family, there were 2 realities. I worked part-time through college to buy a 15-year-old sedan. My brother Ryan got a brand new crossover for his 21st birthday, a gift to keep him safe. I paid rent to my parents for 2 years after college while I saved for my own down payment. Ryan, the Web3 entrepreneur, lived at home rent-free pitching NFT projects that never seemed to launch using the high-speed internet I paid for. The demands started small. Hey, Maya, can you grab this? I forgot my wallet. Then it was his coffee, every single day. Can you order me that oat milk matcha? You already have the app open. Then the emergencies. Last fall, his girlfriend Haley's dog ate something it shouldn't have. An emergency vet bill. $650. It somehow became my problem because I was the one with savings. I paid it. I'm not a martyr. I'm just an auditor. I'm someone who knows how to read a balance sheet. And for 10 years, I had been the silent, uncredited investor in The Ryan Show, while my parents, Sharon and Gary, were the executive producers. I had been paying for peace. I had been subsidizing their delusion that our family was normal, that Ryan was just creative, and I was just capable. Now, I was just balancing the books before closing the account for good. I kept that spreadsheet open all night. I didn't sleep. I just added lines. A $2,000 loan for a Web3 boot camp he never finished. $400 for a pitch deck designer. $1,500 to cover his car payment when he hit a rough patch. The total at the bottom of the page grew. $42,000, not including the monthly subscriptions I was now canceling one by one. This is the part people don't understand. They ask, why did you let it happen? Why did you pay? They think it's weakness. They think it's a lack of a backbone. It's not. It's the capable person's trap. You don't pay because you want to. You pay because you can. Because you're the only one in the room who knows how to fix the problem, how to read the fine print, how to make the call, how to fill out the form. You do it the first time because it's just faster than explaining it. You do it the second time because it keeps the peace. And in a family like mine, that competence isn't a skill. It becomes an obligation. My ability to manage money became their excuse not to. My success wasn't celebrated. It was silently redistributed. My silence wasn't seen as kindness it was budgeted for. It was assumed. I wasn't a daughter or a sister. I was a line item in their budget. I was the financial safety net. And that night, I had finally, quietly cut the ropes. The first call came at 7:03 a.m. Ryan, I let it go to voicemail. 7:04 a.m. My mother Sharon, ignored. 7:06 a.m. My father Gary, ignored. Then the texts. Then the group chat notifications lighting up my phone like a slot machine. Then a FaceTime call from my mother. I stared at it. Then I hit accept. Her face filled the screen, furious, blotchy. My father was beside her looking grim. Ryan was in the background, pacing his girlfriend Haley, clinging to his arm. Maya, what did you do? Sharon screamed. No, hello, no, are you okay? Just accusation. I'm auditing my expenses, I said, my voice perfectly level. You're what my father Gary leaned in. Your brother's car insurance was rejected. The internet is off. What is this? A game? It's not a game, I said. It's a balance sheet. The accounts I was paying for are now closed. You're ruining everything, Ryan finally yelled, shoving his way into the frame. His face was red. My Web3 project needs that internet. You're just jealous. You're jealous of my potential. I'm not jealous of your potential, Ryan, I said cold and clear. I'm just done funding it. Maya, my mother's voice changed. It went sharp. You are creating a mess. A huge, selfish mess. You've embarrassed this family. You will call the internet company, you will call the insurance company, and you will fix this, right? No, I said. Silence. They just stared. I don't think they'd ever heard me say that word. What did you say? Sharon whispered. No, the accounts are closed. The audit is final. I'm moving to Singapore. Before she could answer, I ended the call. My phone immediately buzzed again. A new voicemail, this time from my Aunt Linda. Her voice was syrupy with fake concern. Maya, sweetheart, I don't know what's gotten into you, but you are breaking your mother's heart. You need to think about what you're doing to her. I deleted it. My compassion had been a luxury they'd overdrafted for years. This wasn't a family dispute. It was a collections problem. After the call, I sat in silence for 10 minutes. The adrenaline was gone, replaced by a cold, hard understanding. They weren't shocked that they had hurt me. They were shocked that I had finally reacted. They wouldn't stop. A simple no wouldn't be enough. Canceling credit cards was just defense. They had been on the offense my entire life, and they would see this as just another obstacle, another mess for me to clean up later when I came to my senses. I realized I didn't just need to get out. I needed a firewall, a legal one. My hands were steady as I dialed my lawyer. She's a sharp, no-nonsense woman I'd used for my apartment closing. Maya, she said, her voice professional, this is unexpected. Everything all right. I'm escalating a personal financial matter and I need to move to a formal legal footing, I said. The auditor in me was speaking now. "I'm not in trouble. I'm just closing an account." I explained the situation. I didn't use emotional words like betrayal or hurt. I used words like undocumented loans, coerced payments, and financial liability. I emailed her the family exit audit timple20say.com spreadsheet. She was silent on the other end of the line as she read it. $42,000, Maya? She finally said. Her voice wasn't judgmental, just surprised. That's the principal. Yes, I replied. I need you to draft a formal demand letter, a notice, 30 days to propose a repayment plan for the full $42,000, or I'll pursue it in small claims and civil court. Understood, she said. That's straightforward. Now, about this other matter, the $250,000 guarantee. They sent me the documents last week, a pitch deck from my brother for his Web3 startup, and a guarantee agreement from a private lender. Send it to me, she said. Don't sign anything. Don't reply to them. Let me read the fine print. I don't like the sound of it. Thank you, I said. I need this to be official. I need a wall I didn't build myself. You'll have it by noon, she replied. I hung up and forwarded the documents. The pitch deck was glossy, full of buzzwords like synergy and decentralized futures. The loan agreement was dense pages of text I'd been too emotionally exhausted to read before. I spent the next 2 hours dealing with my apartment lease, booking my one-way ticket to Singapore and setting up mail forwarding. I was methodical. It felt like work. It felt good. My phone continued to explode. Texts from Ryan calling me a jealous loser. Texts from my mother about what the neighbors would think. A long, rambling email from my father, Gary, about family duty and disappointment. I didn't read them. I just deleted them. Late that afternoon, my lawyer called back. The professional cheerfulness was gone from her voice. Maya, she said, and her tone was serious. Ice cold. You need to sit down. I've read the loan documents, and I've made a few calls. I sat down. This isn't about your brother's startup, she said. Not really. I pulled the public records on your parents' house in Aurora. Your father Gary has been in default on a second mortgage for 6 months. A commercial loan he took out 20 years ago. I gripped the phone. What are you talking about? A second mortgage? A commercial loan from 20 years ago, my lawyer said, her voice crisp. A failed business venture of your father's. Your mother Sharon was the co-signer. They've been rolling it over for 2 decades, and it looks like the balloon payment is finally due. They are 6 months in default. The house in Aurora is in pre-foreclosure. A cold, heavy feeling settled in my stomach. It wasn't shock. It was recognition. The $250,000 guarantee, I said, my voice quiet. It's not for Ryan's Web3 project. Oh, a small piece of it is, I'm sure my lawyer replied dryly. Just enough to keep him quiet. But the vast majority of that $250,000, it's structured to pay off the exact amount of that old defaulted commercial loan. They're not asking you to fund Ryan's future. They're asking you to pay for their 20-year-old failure. They're trying to swap you in as the new guarantor on a dead debt. I was silent. All the pieces clicked into place. The desperation, the sudden urgency, the fabricated family trip leverage. And then the final sharpest piece of the audit hit me. My payments, I whispered. The $320 a month for the family internet and streaming bundle. I was wondering if you'd get there, my lawyer said. I checked with the provider. The bundle for their address is $89 a month. The other, $231. For years. Where do you think it's been going, Maya? To pay the interest. I had been servicing their secret toxic debt for them without even knowing it. It wasn't entitlement anymore. It wasn't just taking advantage of the capable daughter. This was fraud. The demand letter for the $42,000 goes out today, she said. But this changes the game, Maya. This is a criminal matter. What do you want to do? I looked at my spreadsheet. Family, exit, audit, XLSX. I'm an auditor, I said. The books have to be balanced. Send everything. I hung up the phone. I didn't feel angry. I didn't feel sad. I felt finished. The subscription was canceled. The account was closed. And right on cue, as if she could sense the final click of the lock, my doorbell rang. I wasn't expecting anyone. My flight was in 3 days. I walked to the door and looked through the peephole. It was my mother, Sharon. She wasn't the furious, screaming woman from the FaceTime call. Her face was pale. Her eyes were red and puffy. She was terrified. She had come to beg. She rang the bell again, a frantic, desperate push. I opened the door. The chain was still on. She saw it, and a fresh wave of performative sobs broke out. "Maya, please," she cried, pressing her hand to the door jamb. "You don't understand," the bank called. The bank? I said nothing. I just looked at her. "They're going to take the house, Maya. Our home. Everything." Her eyes darted around, looking for any angle, any leverage. She found the one she always used. "You can't let this happen. You have to do something. Do something for Ryan. This will destroy him." Even then, even with fraud and foreclosure staring her in the face, she still tried to hide behind him, still tried to make me the utility and him the victim. My voice was quiet, not angry, just low. "He did this to himself, Sharon." Her head snapped up. The tears stopped, instantly replaced by a flash of her old familiar rage. "How dare you call me?" I unlatched the chain and opened the door just wide enough. I was holding a folder. It was a beautiful professional presentation, spiral bound, with a clear plastic cover. On the cover page, in clean black Arial font, it read, "Family Financial Audit, Summary Gary, and Sharon last name." Her eyes fixed on it. She didn't understand. "You said I had to do something." I said, my voice as calm as if I were in a boardroom. "I already did. I'm an auditor. I ran the numbers." I held the document out to her. She didn't take it, just stared at it like it was a snake. "This," I continued, "is a summary of the $42,000 in undocumented loans I've made to you, Ryan, and Gary over the last 5 years. And this," I tapped a different section, "is a detailed analysis of the fraudulent $250,000 loan you and Gary attempted to secure using me as a guarantor in order to cover a 20-year-old defaulted commercial debt." Her face went white. The blood drained from it completely. She finally understood. This wasn't an emotional daughter. This was a creditor. "The bank has a copy," I said. "My lawyer has a copy. And this is your copy." I pushed it into her hand. Her fingers were limp. The document, heavy with paper and facts, nearly fell from her grasp. "Good luck with the bank, Sharon," I said. I didn't wait for a reply. I didn't wait for more tears, more rage, or more bargains. I just gently, quietly, and firmly closed the door in her face. I heard a strange choked sound from the hallway, and then nothing. I turned the deadbolt. Click. I didn't watch her leave. I went to my bedroom and finished packing. 3 months later, I'm standing in front of a floor-to-ceiling window. The lights of Singapore sparkle below me like a fallen constellation. My apartment is on the 34th floor. It's minimalist clean, all white and glass and polished concrete. There's no clutter, no oat milk matcha cups in the sink, no mail I'm not expecting. I have one suitcase, a laptop, and a new set of keys. I've been working at the new office for 2 months. The work is demanding complex, and I am very, very good at it. The consequences back in Denver were just data points. They were the logical outcome of a balanced equation. The house in Aurora was foreclosed on. The bank seized it. My father, Gary, and my mother, Sharon, are facing multiple counts of wire fraud and conspiracy. My lawyer tells me they'll likely plead down, but they've lost everything. The house, their reputation, their credit, the entire fragile fantasy they'd built for 30 years evaporated the moment their utility child stopped paying the subscription. Ryan. He and Haley lasted about 2 weeks before she realized the Web3 entrepreneur was just an unemployed man-child with no internet. He lives with my Aunt Linda now. I hear he's working in retail. I sat at my new desk, my real desk. I opened my laptop. For the last time, I opened the file. Family, exit, audit, XLXS. I looked at the final number at the bottom of column B, $42,000. It didn't make me angry anymore. It was just a number, an invoice for a lesson learned. I stared at the file name for a long time. Then I dragged the file into the small icon on my desktop, the trash can. I right-clicked and I clicked empty trash. A small animation and it was gone. All of it. The matcha lattes, the insurance payments, the vet bills, the lies, the 20-year-old debt, deleted. We talk so much about bloodline, about the loyalty we're supposed to have just because we share DNA. But I've learned that sometimes loyalty to a bloodline is just a pretty name for a toxic contract. It's an excuse to tolerate abuse. It's an obligation that only ever flows one way. I had to learn to let go of the family. I had the one that saw me as a function, as a resource, as a spreadsheet, so I could finally find the person I was supposed to be, the person who was standing here on the 34th floor breathing. Closure isn't a slammed door. It's not a fight. It's not a tearful goodbye. It's just an audit. It's a final accounting. It's the quiet click of a deadbolt on a door you've decided finally not to open again. That night, for the first time in my adult life, I slept through till morning. No guilt, no noise, just the quiet hum of the air conditioner and the city lights far below. It wasn't revenge. It was peace. And peace isn't something you're given. It's something you have to audit, and then you have to earn. If Maya's story resonated with you, please share it. You never know who might be needing to hear this to start their own exit audit. Thank you for listening.